Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Friday the 9th. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Got this morning, fairly decent time frame. Dog decided to poop all over the house, master bedroom, bathroom area. Made a giant mess, and fortunately it was not a solid it's not a solid stool today, so it was definitely a messy one. And one of the things I always use to clean up, especially dog poop when it's loose, is the big dustpan I had out in the garage. That we had a tree get knocked over by some dogs over Christmas time, and I cleaned up all the ornament stuff. My wife told me not to throw away the ornament pieces because she wanted to go through and pull out the ones that she wanted to try and save and uses to figure out what ones to replace, whatever. So we had them out there. She pulled a bunch of the big pieces out and left them there, and then the dustpan has sat there for now it's 6 months, whatever, over 6 months it's been sitting out there, and probably closer to 7 months because it was before Christmas actually happened, and just sat there. And now I wake up in the morning annoyed and upset that my dog just shit all over my house, and I don't have anything to clean it up with. When it's solid, it's not the big deal. You put it back over your hand, pick it up just like you would outside, it's all good to go. But when it's soft serve, it makes it a big pain in the ass. And I'm like, why have you not, I need my dustpan back. It's been 6-7 months, get my goddamn dustpan back. She goes, oh, that could be thrown away. And I'm like, what? She goes, I told you that. I'm like, no. Okay, do you think after you told me that, I heard you? Because I'm the type of guy that lets something like that sit around for 7 months. Is that my personality? She goes, no. I said, is it your personality to not tell me what you want done with it for 7 months? Yes, it is your personality for that. So one of us is more likely to have this happen. So if you notice after, I don't know, say a day, a week, a month, if I haven't done something that you told me I can do something with, it's not my personality to let it linger. So tell me again, just in case maybe I forgot or didn't hear you. So I'm out there, threw this stuff away, and now I have a dustpan back. But at that point, I already picked it all up because I was annoyed by the whole fact of what it is. So I now have my dustpan back at least. But went ahead, got the dogs all out, got that all cleaned up, which takes a while. It's a pain in the butt. So got that cleaned up, got the dogs fed, all taken care of, and then I had to kind of not really rush out, but I had to go kind of quickly out to Home Depot because the dog that said they were going to get dropped off, they said anytime before 2, they'd be fine with. So I reached out to them yesterday saying, hey, I got a dog getting dropped off about noon tomorrow. So as soon as they're free and clear, I will reach out to you and let you know that they're done. So you guys won't overlap. You can drop the dog off anytime afternoon before 2 o'clock, like you needed to, and we can move on. And their reply back was, oh, I want to drop her off at 10. And I'm like, excuse me? And I'm like, that's not what we said. We had a deal. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I said, fine, whatever. I'll let you know when I'm on my back. I'll try and rush back as quickly as I can. So headed back, went and picked up some supplies, went and picked up 2x4s, picked up some other stuff I needed, and all the good fun stuff that comes with it. But yeah, got back. On the way back, basically, went and put the back the truck to the yard, unload everything and whatnot, and then proceeded to, I basically texted her and said, hey, home, everything's good to go. You can drop the dog off if you want. And it was like 9:30 or so. She proceeded to tell me she was stuck at the office and didn't know when she'd be there. So I'm like, are you pushing me? Okay, whatever. So super annoying. Not the most fun I've had. Then I got a request to watch a dog starting tomorrow for 4 days. And it's one of those ones that the customer is becoming very just expecting it to happen kind of situation, because I'm always available and I've always been able to be available. But every once in a while, I feel like I need to tell people to go find someone else, because you need to plan this stuff a little better, especially on a multi-day stay. It's different, hey, something came up right away, my father got sick, or I gotta go help somebody, or blah, blah, whatever. It's one thing, but 4 days, trips that you forget to, let me know. So they put the request. I thought about the dog's not hard to deal with. It's just, it snores. I'm like, I snore so bad. But I'm like, I can deal with it. So I book it right away, and I'm waiting for him. 6+ hours goes by and didn't hear shit from him. At this point now, I'm in that weird thing where I can't plan the rest of my weekend, next 4 days, because I may or may not have this dog. They haven't responded yet on it, so don't know what's going on with it either. So I'm like, okay, goddamn, what the hell? So I'm like, okay, whatever. So we're back and forth in that whole concept, and you gotta be kidding me. So I finally said, I'm gonna go for my run. Went ahead, got my run in, got a couple of things around the house done, did a little yard work. Got back on my run and decided to start working on my stock tank ice plunge bath, which I did take also this morning. I threw a bunch of ice in it and got the temperature down a few degrees, but not much. Went ahead, started building on it, brought the saw out, made like 4 cuts, got 4 boards, and basically started to pour. Like it was just rain, storm coming like hell. Took the dogs out real fast and got them potty for the rain, got there, and then got them all back inside. And it was a bad one coming, so it stormed for quite a while. And then basically got my run in, got back, decided I was going to cancel the stay because I'm not gonna have them like, just like, what the hell, you've had at this point 7 hours now to book this thing, and I assume it was a wrong booking, or you had the wrong dates, or you just forgot about it, or what the hell ever. And it's ironic that you didn't have time, so I basically say archive, cancel the booking, and within 3 minutes I get a response, "What, are you not able to watch them?" I'm like, well, it's been hours and hours and you haven't booked this damn thing. So now I'm just sitting here for 7 hours with my weekend screwed up and no money, no nothing coming in, no guarantee. And I'm like, I assumed it was a wrong book or something, because, oh no, I'm stuck here at work and I don't have my card on me. I'm like, bullshit, your card's on file, Rover Keeps on file, you've booked it through Rover a bunch of times, you know it's there. But so I went ahead and agreed that I was going to go ahead and watch your dog. I said, you gotta get it booked. I said, just, also it's that weird thing when it's sitting pending, nobody else can see me for those days. So a lot of times what happens is somebody will put in a request, and then until it's booked on both ends, I don't show up in the search engine, which is a pain in the ass, which right now I've got enough dogs, I don't really care. But I'd like to be in the search engine, because it's one of those things where if you find someone, and let's say they're looking and they don't find me, they don't see me, and they find a setter that they might not even like, might be farther away, it might not be as good, might be more expensive, but once they find that person, they might stick with them for the next 5 years, and then they never go back and look on there because they still have a setter. So it is what it is there. So I went ahead, got it booked up, got it done. Also had somebody reach out and basically tell me the dates I was watching the dogs, which I was a little bit annoyed with, instead of, hey, are you available for these dates? And it's a little bit that concept of, hey, these are where I'm going, would you be able to watch the dogs? Kind of that whole little, feeling a little bit full of themselves, I guess, in the process. And I told them before, their dogs have become extra aggressive. They stopped socializing their dogs with other people, other dogs, other places. They said they stopped going to places. So I don't know why. They've been busy with redoing a condo or something or whatnot, whatever. But the dogs become super aggressive. And the one dog has gotten attacked a couple times here at my house, because out of nowhere he will attack other dogs. And luckily, their dogs aren't really mean to him, but he's little, and I'm afraid that dog's gonna get killed. And I tried to tell him about it a couple trips now. They don't seem to listen very good, and it's getting a little worse and getting a little worse. Now, last time I tried to tell the owner, which also, by the way, did not text me out ahead that he was coming. So he shows up and rings my damn doorbell, browse up all the dogs and all this shit, and I'm there by myself because mom and my wife were at the store, which is not a problem. But if I knew they were coming, I would have had the dogs put back and all that fun stuff done with, and that was not the case. So you've got a couple strikes with the dog being a shithead, including, I have it on video, the one time where the dog, like, literally out of nowhere just attacked a bigger dog. The bigger dog went back on him. Luckily I was able to scold him and get him off, and it was all good. No harm, no foul kind of situation. But I'm tired of having to have dogs separated, because again, when I separate these dogs out because they don't get along with other dogs, then they cry and whine and bark the whole damn time because they hate being alone. So now I can't even peacefully separate them because I gotta listen to them bark and scream and yell, and yeah, and they want to sleep in your bed with you at night, which is fine. I don't mind that with dogs. But if any other dog jumps up on the bed, they start trying to attack them because they're being all super defensive of the bed, which then that happens. I get woke up to what sounds like a dog fight. It's just little dogs in the blanket going nuts, losing their damn mind, which means I don't sleep the rest of the night, which makes my life miserable. So it becomes a pain in the ass, and they're paying the same price everybody else is, and they're making their dogs worse. So why would I put up with this hassle? It's not like I'm getting, hazard pay to deal with these dogs. They're not buying out the rest of the spots, so it's only their dogs at the house. There's a lot of issues here in this process. And I tried to tell the husband that last time I dropped the dog off, that I was afraid his dog was going to get, injured, hurt, or killed by another dog because he's being so aggressive. And he basically told me, oh no, he's doing a lot better because we started giving him vitamins. And I think he was so determined not to even listen to me, like I was a human being, and not listen to the fact what I was saying. I think he was talking about the dog having seizures, which the dog also does as well. So it's one of those situations where I'm trying to explain to you about a concern I have with your animals, and you're telling me about seizures, not what I'm asking, not what I'm talking about. So part of me thought about having to sign a release, and the fact that dogs injured or killed at my house, they can't, like a non-disclosure, but that ain't gonna work. And I still gotta live with that I got a dog killed because the owners wouldn't discipline and train them. So I basically reached out and told them that I didn't really feel like I wanted to watch the dogs because of the behavior the dog's having and stuff. And they came back with kind of a weird reply. And so I made it much more clear and said, I do not wish to watch these dogs anymore because of the behavior they have instilled. I'm afraid they'll be injured and hurt and whatnot. And the only response I got back was a crying, sad emoji face. And I'm like, that's the best you can work this out? Like, just move on. So yeah, we got that going. It is what it is. So I have no idea if I'll hear back from them again. I don't know if they're gonna have a different way. And one of my thoughts, one day it's like a 8 or 10, it's like a 10-day stay or some crap. Like, what's like the small stay I could do, but I can't do 10 days. That's just too much. And part of me thinks, well, I want to reach out and I want to, basically give them, like, hey, I'll watch the short stay, whatever. It's closer. But again, it's not my fault. You waited till last minute and you ignored my other warning signs all this time. So yeah, there's that. So I got that whole thing going on, which weighs on me emotionally, but nowhere near as much as weighed on me if that dog got killed in my care, because that's not cool. That will not help me sleep well at night. So yeah, but went ahead dealing with the ice bath and trying to figure out how to get the temperature where I wanted to lower the temperature. So I don't want to go straight to like 30 degrees because that's ridiculous. And trying to get it lower down slowly. I don't know how much ice to put in. I'm trying to calculate that, but depending on how warm the water warms up to while during the day or when I'm not in it, matters how much ice I put in it and everything else. And a lot of guys I know have been watching like YouTube video stuff and whatnot. They're buying like anywhere from $10 to $40 worth of ice a day. They use it. Like, I'm not spending $40 a day. I can't justify that. I can spend a lot of money up front and do something stupid, but I can't spend it every day driving and getting ice. Not gonna happen. And even then, like, I just couldn't imagine spending $40 to jump in a tub of ice one day. Couldn't do it. So what I did instead, I spent like $1,000. Actually, a little more than that, you figure in the pumps and stuff, but I spent like $1,000, and I bought myself a chiller. We'll be here in like, I don't know, a week or two, whatever the hell it's gonna take to get here. And I'm going to be able to have my water chilled at whatever temperature I set it at 24/7. So yeah, it's kind of a stupid idea, but it is what it is, because I've been realizing that I've just been emotionally and mentally like drained. Like, I'm on edge. I'm mad about everything. Like, I lash out at shit all the time for no reason. The dumbest shit. And I'm also just immensely sad often. Like, I find myself just literally like on the verge of just like a breakdown. Like, I don't know what's going on. And just sitting here, and I'm not like a crier or nothing, but I sit here and realize I'm just like literally on the verge of like crying, and I don't know what's happening to me. And I'm hoping by taking this ice bath will reset my brain a little bit and kind of help, I guess, the shock therapy of the brain, which a lot of the research I've done says this might help. And who knows? I'm not a guy that asks for help hardly ever for anything and whatnot, but I just find myself, the slightest little things annoy the shit out of me, and I lash out and it drives me crazy. So figure why not spend $1,000, and actually probably about $1,500 in this thing when I'm done. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but I have that badass chiller, which I can move around to whatever else I want to, into a fancier tub if I want to, or possibly sell, because I'm seeing them selling for $850 to $900 used online. So worst case scenario, I'm out $1,000, which I could have went and spent, $40 on ice over and over again and spent the same $1,000, had absolutely nothing to show for it. And if I didn't like it, I might have given up before then. But hopefully this will force me to continue to do this, because there's a lot of health benefits that I'm hearing that can come from this. So yeah, gotta figure it out. I still gotta decide if I'm gonna buy a hot tub or not. Really different use for my body. It does a totally different thing. So yeah, I gotta figure that out, but it is what it is. So got done with that. Wife got home, had another dog get dropped off. Midday little puppy that came first time here. So, oh my god, so much fun. Dog was so funny. And then the old dog got dropped off, and they played and wrestled and had the time of their life. Just, oh my lord, had a great time. And then come time for bed, and the puppy just didn't want to lay down. He was just up and wandering and crawling into bed and tormenting their dogs, and just had a hard time. He was being good about it, but he was just still being noisy and didn't get a lot of sleep. So kind of a thing there. So anyway, that's all I got for right now, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.